It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline: How US has involved itself in Anambra election with its warning against electoral violence. The news in full. According to reports gathered from Sun News Online, the United States government, through its diplomatic mission in Abuja, has today issued a warning against any form of election-related violence or any act that may undermine the democratic process in the state. The US government also stated that it will not hesitate to consider consequences, which includes visa restrictions for anyone or individuals who are found responsible. The United States, in the words of their government, wrote thus: "We will be paying close attention to actions of individuals who interfere with the democratic process or instigate violence against civilian populations before, during, or after the elections. We will not hesitate to consider consequences, including visa restrictions, for those found to be responsible for election-related violence or undermining the democratic process," the U.S. statement reads. "We call on citizens, electoral officials, party members, and security force personnel to do their part in ensuring a credible and secure electoral process," the United States also said. In my opinion, of the writer, this warning issued by the United States of America diplomatic mission in Abuja is not just timely but also important, bearing in mind the security challenges that have been going on in the Anambra state lately. People of Biafra, due to their leader, Kanu, who is presently at the DSS facility awaiting the next trial date. And this is why the CDD said, in the light of warning repercussions of a failed or widely boycotted election, relevant stakeholders need to exhaust all reasonable avenues to ensure that the democratic franchise of Anambra voters is therefore protected and delivered. And this is one of the reasons why the Southeast leaders, Christian leaders, have actually asked and urged the federal government of Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu amidst other conditions. We remember that Kanu has been facing court charges since 2015, of which he allegedly trumped bail in 2017, and was nowhere to be found until he was rearrested on June 29, 2021. Germane to his arrest in 2015, Kanu has also been facing charges bordering on terrorism, treasonable felony, managing an unlawful society, illegal possession of arms, and so on. Meanwhile, his case is yet to be concluded in court. His case was last heard on October 21st, 2021 and was adjourned till November 10, 2021. Therefore, since the court is yet to conclude his case, it will be very difficult for President Muhammadu Buhari to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is an analysis by a postmaster public analyst trying to look at the easiness of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, be released from detention aside other requests that the southeastern leaders had actually put forward to President Muhammadu Buhari after considering the level of mayhem and heinous crimes going on in the southeastern part of the country. Therefore, the southeast leaders, as well as religious leaders, had actually appealed and urged President Muhammadu Buhari to see reasons with them why he needs to adhere to the three conditions that they have listed, for peace to return to the southeastern part of the country, which included withdrawing soldiers from the southeastern part of the country. Soldiers have actually been manning the nooks and crannies of the southeast because of the mayhem going on in the environment, and also the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Ipob, who was extradited from Kenya back to Nigeria, and also the proscription of the indigenous people of Biafra, which actually means that since the federal government has actually listed the Ipob as a terrorist organization, the Southeast leaders and Christian religious leaders in the Southeast are actually saying that there is need to, pronounce them yet again as non-terrorist organization. That means for the fact that they are referring to them as a terrorist organization before, then the federal government should stop, give an order that they are no longer a terrorist organization. And this was the request. And the writer is of the opinion that the reasons why this will be difficult for Buhari to do is because Presently, the military men are still manning the southeastern parts of the country, and yet we still record a whole lot of criminal activities, killing, murdering, raping, kidnapping, and a whole lot others that is actually making the people of the southeast to lose their lives and properties. Yet the military are still within that locality and region. So therefore, if the military should actually vacate that premises, what would happen? It's actually in fact that it would be more worse than it is presently. And that is why the writer is of the opinion that this particular request may not be easy to grant, because withdrawing them will only lead to continuous killing, in fact, free killings of innocent citizens and also security agents, because the unknown gunmen in the southeast are yet still proving very stubborn, even while the military are there, and evacuating them or demilitarizing the region would actually give them more room to perpetrate their evil acts and also heinous doings. And that is why the writer here is of the opinion that it is not easy, or it should not actually work out in the regards of the of the federal government granting this condition by the Southeast leaders, and also the proscription of the indigenous people of Biafra, saying that if the federal government should yet again say that the Ipob are no longer terrorist organization, therefore the Boko Haram members would actually have same wings, to seek that they are no longer a terrorist organization. And that is why it is sacrosanct to be very careful in not deproscribing the indigenous people of Biafra Ipob, seeing that the Ipob also operates like the Boko Haram, and this request may actually not be regarded by the federal government of Nigeria. I'm talking of their third request, which is to see the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The writer is of the opinion that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so far is within the jurisdiction of the court, has to be decided by the court, because at a particular point in time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was alleged to have jumped bail, although the writer has failed to make known that the jumping of bail was due to the fact that the military invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home, where a whole lot of lives were lost, even including his parents were lost, and it was kind of reasonable for him to flee for his life to be saved, and therefore he was actually extradited from Kenya back to Nigeria, which was actually unlawful. And that is why the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had actually been agitating, and soliciting that the federal government of Nigeria be sued, and be tamed in this regard for actually using an unlawful means to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. Thanks for listening.